Bill Gates, the richest man in the world, had to go to Epstein for STD medication, allegedly?
The latest episode of The Brilliant Idiots feels like a direct continuation of everything that's been bubbling over since the Epstein files dropped. But this time, Charlamagne and Andrew Schulz actually sound disgusted in a way that feels real. They don't dance around it, they don't soften it, they go straight at Bill Gates and Elon Musk, and for once, there's no attempt to intellectualize the mess away.
Everybody 45 and up still giving people STDs, man. The fuck is your problem, yo?
What happened?
How are you 45 and up still giving people gonorrhea? That's crazy.
Giving or getting?
Either or. Okay, receiving or giving. I was thinking about that. I was in the bathroom peeing, right? I'm 47 and I'm peeing. And you know how when you've been in the car for a while and you let that shit go and it's like, oh.
Yeah.
And I've never had an STD in my life. All praises due to God. Can you imagine being 45 and having to go to the bathroom and battle with gonorrhea?
What are we referencing right now?
Gates.
Oh, Gates allegedly got the STD?
No.
Oh.
Which one?
Which Gates?
Bill Gates.
Really?
Wait,
What are you referencing?
Tell me more.
Wait.
What happened? What
You
happened?
didn't see all the shit with the Epstein
So
file?
what were you referencing?
No.
How old
so
are you?
what you talking about? Some shit where like where he fucked somebody, a Russian prostitute or something, and got
Yeah.
some shit?
Yeah. And then he was asking Epstein for the antibiotics that he could sneak
Why
to his
would
wife.
first of all-
Allegedly,
first of
allegedly.
all,
Allegedly.
I want to know what Epstein didn't have. Like he gives you the girls that give the STDs, and then he got the motherfucking cure for it right there on deck.
Yeah.
Bill Gates, the richest man in the world, had to go to Epstein for STD medication, allegedly.
The idea that one of the richest, most powerful men on earth allegedly needed Jeffrey Epstein to help him deal with an STD is wild. Charlamagne keeps circling back to the same basic question that everyone watching is probably thinking. Why not just wear a bloody condom? Like, seriously, how ridiculous can you be? You're the richest man in the world, you have a wife, you have children. Like, what is wrong with you? That's what makes this hit harder. This isn't some complex conspiracy theory or abstract political argument. It's basic behavior, reckless, stupid behavior from someone who sells himself as disciplined, calculated, and responsible.
It's crazy.
We can't go to the pharmacy as Bill Gates getting gonorrhea
He
medication.
don't have an assistant. Like,
But
he
he's
don't-
going to make his assistant have gonorrhea?
He don't have a doctor he knows that can,
It is wild that he goes, all right, so can we just all give an apology to QAnon? Can we just give that apology? That they almost got it 100% right.
Not 100.
They got it 99.9% right.
Yeah, I give him 40.
What?
Shit still got to unfold, bro. Like, there's a lot still unfolding.
QAnon's whole thing was that there is a global elite, a cabal of global elites that are all doing nefarious, satanic rituals, having sex with underage children,
Oh,
doing
man,
other...
Yo, I'm not giving QAnon props before I give the Black Israelites credit, did? The Black Israelites,
Hold on.
the Black Israelites been out here in these streets screaming that way before
Yo,
QAnon.
let me tell you something.
What are you talking
If
about?
it turned out that QAnon was really just a black
You see what I'm
Israelite,
saying?
That would be fire.
chef's kiss. Chef's kiss.
It was like, yo, ain't nobody listening
Chef's
to us in the
kiss.
street no more. Okay, we gotta change our messaging.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Black Israelites been saying all that way before QAnon.
Wow.
QAnon?
They just need suits. If they had a suit and tie, we might have taken them seriously.
Oh my God.
It was the outfits that were so extravagant. You just can't imagine somebody like that making sense.
You want to go read Behold the Pale Horse now.
Oh.
At this age.
That seems like it's targeted towards Caucasian people.
No, it's not. Read the book. It's targeted toward the elite.
Then they move on to Elon Musk, and the angle here is different but just as embarrassing. Instead of criminal allegations, they focus on what can only be described as thirst. Andrew and Charlamagne clown Musk for allegedly DMing about party nights, basically trying to get access, not power, not influence, just proximity, vibes being included. They frame him less as some evil mastermind and more as a deeply awkward billionaire who desperately wants to be in the room. And that's almost worse.
It's a different world, bro. There's no way you that rich and you can't choose what type of
Look at
dick you
Elon Musk.
lead a house with.
What are you talking about?
Yo, Elon was thirsty for that party, bro. Did you see that DM?
It was so
He was
so
thirsty.
disrespectful.
What's the best party night?
And that's what pissed me off
What's
too.
the
because
best party?
He was the main one saying shit like, "Oh,
He said Trump is in it.
Yeah, Trump is in it. I'll never go to the island. I've never been to the island. Never wanted to be to the island. He invited me, and I didn't want to go. The thirst looked so real. Allegedly,
You were allegedly
Allegedly.
begging. But free you, because I own Tesla stock.
The thirst looked crazy.
That's the
bro.
shitty thing about the file drop is you're looking at like the people that control the companies that you've invested in, and you're like, listen, my kid's college fund relies on this. You know what I mean? Like
that's also the crazy thing about the file drop, that nothing's gonna happen
so this
legally. I mean, I think that, it will discredit a lot of people moving forward. I think it'll put a stain on people moving forward. I think, I want to say the Republican Party in general, but really not. I think there's just a whole level of all politicians who are going to have a stain on them forever. By the way, which is good. Because as I said last week or whatever week on this podcast, moving forward, America's going to need something completely different.
Well,
and this is the best way to just blow it all up.
But the most interesting part of the episode comes later when Andrew Schulz switches gears. This is where it feels like a cleanser from last week. Andrew steps back and says what a lot of people are thinking but aren't saying out loud. This whole Epstein files drop might be one big distraction. Not fake, but strategic. He lays out the idea that the FBI and the government dump a massive pile of documents, redact the most powerful names, and let the public tear each other apart over fragments. Meanwhile, attention is pulled away from what the US government is doing elsewhere.
So
Everybody gets blown up.
So this is the thing, which is quite interesting, and I assume that this is their tactic, right? Is they're throwing so much chum in the water, right?
What is cum in the water?
Chum in the water is
that something they did for fun?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was what you did. It was an island activity.
Got you.
No, but they're throwing so much chum in the water. Some stuff is so insane, you're like, there's no way this is real. Some stuff is about people that you might really like, musicians you're a big fan of. And then you go, well, this is unsubstantiated. It's unverified. This is a call in from a crazy person, whatever. But what it starts, the conversation that starts is some of these things didn't happen, and they didn't happen because they're people I like. And now all of a sudden, those people who things allegedly did happen to, they can start going, whoa, 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 you picking or choosing. Either everybody that's mentioned is guilty, as we treated before when we only thought it was fucking Trump, Bill Clinton, and whoever else. But now that we know it's literally every wealthy prince, every world leader, every scientist, every intellectual, every guy that owns a football team, when we know it's all of these billionaires around the world, regardless of country, right? When you start hearing things, they have the plausible deniability to go, well, if you don't believe it about that, why would you believe it about me?
Well, I think
Which I think is their goal. They're trying to create confusion.
I don't think you're wrong. I just think that there's a difference, right? Because, when you see something, a crisis intake report, and then I got this down because I want to read it. Variety is the only person I saw do an actual
forensic,
like a breakdown to what the difference is between the Epstein files and these crisis intake reports.
Yeah.
Crisis intake report, a public hotline submission. By the way, that shit is, I don't know why we don't realize how dangerous this shit is. I didn't like it when Tony Busby did it. I don't like it when even the FBI does it, right?
Yep.
But a public hotline submission. Anybody can call it right now and say anything. They're not backed by any court findings, no indictments, no confirmed evidence within the actual Epstein case files. These people aren't listed in Epstein's verified records, travel logs, or contact list. It's just an unverified allegation that somebody left on an FBI hotline number.
Mm-hmm.
Like that shouldn't be.
But
And by the way, even if you're going to make that a story, give me context.
By the end of the conversation, the mood isn't hopeful, it's resigned. They both seem to accept that even if nothing legally happens, these names are stained forever. You don't come back from being associated with Epstein clean. Not really, anyway. And even if half the claims never hold up in court, public trust is already gone. That's what makes this episode hit differently. Last week felt defensive. This week feels sober. Charlamagne sounds fed up. Andrew sounds more self-aware. And for the first time in a while, the brilliant idiots aren't trying to be clever. They're just calling the whole thing ugly.